Hello and welcome everyone, this is Mike. I'm the founder and CEO of SuiteDash. SuiteDash is the ultimate all-in-one business software multi-tool. Perfect for small to medium-sized businesses seeking to streamline and automate their systems and processes. Our goal with this podcast is to provide you with a steady stream of useful and entertaining updates, tips, tricks, interviews, and insights that will help you maximize the impact of SuiteDash on your business and your life. Hello and welcome back everyone, this is Mike. I'll be your host for the Succeed with Software podcast. As always, our goal in this podcast is to illuminate and elucidate concepts for you so that they become clear and you're able to move forward in your journey with SuiteDash with more confidence. And today we're going to do that with file upload and file download blocks. So the file upload and download blocks are designed to be deployed on a dashboard or on a portal page or something of that nature. They're meant to be used by your CRM targets, and they're designed to help you exchange files with your CRM targets, meaning they upload to you and they are able to download files that you make available for them. Now, uploading and downloading files is not rocket science, okay? Of course, everybody's done it. Everybody's got it. Anywhere you go, you can upload a file, you can download a file. It's boring, right? So what makes the file upload and download block different than that? Well, I'm excited to tell you. Because in this platform, we don't think with those old school ways of thinking, meaning I can give your client an upload file mechanism that'll just upload the file to go in some bucket and you can go get it there and problem solved, right? Well, that's okay, but that's very simple and it's not replicatable, and it's not replicatable for, say, a future client that you don't even know who they are yet. So what I mean is if you have client A, then you go and create a folder for client A and send them a file upload link. Okay, that's fine. They upload a file, it goes in client A's folder, and everybody's happy. Except for the fact that you had to create folder A, then create a file request and send it to client A so that they could upload the file to you, and this is manual work. So either you have to do it or someone in your staff has to do it every time you get a new client. This platform is built differently. This platform is built around automation and replication and the ability to create predictable processes and workflows. And the file upload and download blocks are built so that you can roll them into your automations, you can replicate the system, you can create predictable processes and workflows that let you create, document, and teach those systems in such a way that they become non-manual. Said in a more clear way, when client A comes on board, the folder already exists and the file request gets sent automatically. And when client B comes on board, same. C, D, E, F. Every time you add a new client and place them in that workflow via circle affiliation or however you do it, everything's already set up. There is no manual work if you configure everything correctly with your file upload and download blocks and your folder generators, which is the other dynamic piece of this concept that helps you create this ability to automate the process. All right, so as we've discussed, this podcast will be mostly audio, but occasionally there will definitely be the need to introduce video or visual assets in order to completely explain the concepts. So what we'll do is we'll use an audio device. You'll hear this sound when it's important for you to be looking at the examples given. And this is nice because it allows you to look away when things are just being explained in an audio-only way. And then when you hear this sound, you'll know to take a minute and look at the screen or later come back and check out the example if you are out on a walk or on a bike ride or something like that. Okay, let's continue, and we are going to be looking at a visual asset now. So here's the sound. Okay, so what we're looking at is a dashboard that is intended to be shown to CRM targets. So these are my prospects and clients that are logging into the portal to check out the dashboard and have access to all the options that are there. And as you can see, we're using an upload block and a download block here. So let's start with the download block and we can start to understand. But before we continue further, let's talk about these concepts a little more. Understand that very likely this dashboard is created and assigned to a wide number of my clients that are included in the same circle or whatever description that I have decided is appropriate to access this dashboard. So let's just say there's 100 clients that can access this dashboard. Understand that in many scenarios, each one of those clients is going to need to download a unique file or set of files that's unique to them. So it won't work for me in many cases to create a download block and upload some files in this download block, because then every one of those 100 clients that logs in will see the same files. And there are times when that is appropriate, but that's a simple concept. Let's talk about the other scenario where you need each one of those 100 clients to see some unique file or set of files that's exclusive only to them. And this is where the upload and download blocks shine. Okay, so I'm going to open the download block and we're going to look at the settings. In this design, I've left the title, subtitle, and description blank because I've provided that with custom HTML, but we do provide this for you in case you just don't want to custom design your own. You can fill these in, and the styling is very basic. It gets the job done, and it's clean. It's definitely functional. But down here is where you want to focus, because here are the options of user-specific dynamic path. And what does this mean? Every one of your clients will have a specific folder, a parent folder, and inside that folder are several options, including uploaded by, and this one, target file cabinet. Okay, so the file cabinet is really designed specifically to be used in these dynamic situations where you want an easily definable target destination or source for files. In the case of a download block, we're defining the source, which means where the files are located that we want the end user, the target, to download. And what this mechanism does is when we have, say, 100 clients that can access this page, this allows me to uniquely deliver a file or set of files privately and exclusively to each one of those 100 clients. If client 37, for example, is receiving tax returns, and my staff goes to client 37's dashboard, navigates to their target file cabinet, and places those tax returns inside this target file cabinet, then when client 37 accesses this dashboard, they will see the files that are in that folder in the download block available for download. Same thing with client 24. Client 24 will see only client 24's files that are in client 24's target file cabinet. So this helps you create a definable system and process that you can follow, or you can train your staff to follow, to say, when we generate the end product files, you will then go to this file structure for the client inside this folder, whatever it might be, and you will place the files there, and then you're done. And then that's it. Because you have already pre-configured this file download block to look in that folder when client 24 arrives and see, are there any files in there? If there are, they will be displayed to client 24 and available for download. But if client 12 logs in and there are no files in client 12's target file cabinet destination, then there will be no files to download. And again, this makes it very easy for you to deliver files appropriately and securely with a very minimum amount of effort. So when those end product files are ready, you just place them in the appropriate folder, which is definable by a system or process, and the game is over. It's done, delivered, available. Okay, so let's take a moment and look at it from the Files Toolkit side, and you'll see that I'm inside a company, Millennium Falcon Inc., and I have these folders by default. Private files, of course, we don't want them to have access or download from there. Shared with company is a different construction. Submitted by company is automatically created from form submissions and flow submissions, etc. Uploaded by company is one of the options they can choose, but let's leave that for now and I'll reference it later. Let's focus on the target file cabinet, which it says here is optimized for automated file exchange. And if I go inside, I'll see an inbound and an outbound folder. These can't be changed or deleted. They just indicate where you can expect to find the files depending on the use case. In our case, we're going to use outbound because we're using a file download block, which means we're trying to move files from us, from the organization, out to the end user, the target. And it stands to reason, if I connect a file upload block to this target file cabinet using the user specified dynamic path option, then when that target uploads the files, I would find those files in the inbound folder of the target file cabinet. Okay, so let's see this in action. I'm back at this dashboard and I'm going to open the download block. I'm going to choose user specified dynamic path. I'm going to choose target file cabinet. And I'm not going to make any changes to this destination folder path, and I'm just going to save here. And then I'm going to save the dashboard. Okay, and now I'm back at Millennium Falcon Inc., the company, who is my target company, and I'm going to go into the target file cabinet, outbound, because this is for a file download block, and I'm going to upload some files. Okay, and I'm just going to upload this one, and this one, and this one, let's just say. It can be any files that you have. It can be uploaded here. Okay, so now I have these files uploaded, and now as far as I'm concerned, since I've built my dashboard and assigned it to my client, and I've configured the file download block properly to connect to this target file cabinet, I'm done, because now my file is delivered. It's instantly available to my client on the dashboard that they already have access to, and the only thing I might do from here is trigger an automation to send out an email to the client to let them know that it's available. Okay, so now let's see how the client sees it. I'm going to log in as Millennium Falcon Inc., represented by Harrison Ford, and here are my files in the download files. Now understand the advantage here. If I wanted to, say for example, use custom menus to hide this file's menu item, I could do that very easily, and therefore prevent them from having to go into this file's menu item and navigate properly to find these files. Now these files are surfaced directly where I want them to be, right on the dashboard, and I can hide this item now and prevent confusion. So you can make available files or entire folders or even nested folder structures available to your client or your staff right here on the dashboard or in a portal page even. Now let's take it one step further and understand that you can put more than one file download block in a dashboard, as we've done here. So this is one file download block that's connected to a specific folder inside the file cabinet. This file download block is connected to a different folder in the file cabinet, and so on. This one has no files in the folder in the file cabinet. These two do. And so we've easily delivered these tax returns to Starbucks, the company, and it's very clear and very focused and non-confusing for your end users, your CRM and staff targets. All right, and just to hammer home the point, here we are on the admin side of that same dashboard, and here are the download blocks that we just showed, and here is how it's configured: target file cabinet and a folder inside the target file cabinet. This one, of course, would be 2022, and so on. And to complete the thought, let's go to company files. We'll go down here to Starbucks and target file cabinet, outbound, and here's 2022 and 2023, and of course inside there are your files. And it's that easy. And you can do this for every one of your CRM targets, your companies and contacts. You can do this for your staff if you want to create a staff dashboard that has specific files available for them. You can do that. And of course, these same files are available to you directly on the CRM targets dashboard here, just like this, if you want to do it this direction. So you can do it from this direction, or you can do it from the Files Toolkit. Okay, so if you've been paying attention so far and you're getting it, then I think you probably already understand that for the file upload block, when I configure it in this way, user-specific dynamic path, I'm using the target file cabinet and the destination folder path as default, that when the target uploads a file, it's going to be found, it's going to land in the target file cabinet for that associated target. Here's an additional option you may want to toggle on if you anticipate that this target will upload multiple times. This will help organize those uploads in folders with a date timestamp. Let's not do that today. I'm going to save and save the dashboard. Okay, now I'm on the client side and I'm here with Millennium Falcon Inc. and I have the upload files block. I'm going to upload a file as we did before. Let's just use this one. It's uploaded. They see that it's successfully uploaded. And now we're back at the company files for Millennium Falcon Inc. I'm going to check the inbound folder now, and there's my file. Alright, so we're back on this same dashboard on the admin side, but before we continue, I want to point out a few things about this dashboard when you're looking at it from the admin side, from the builder side. All of these blocks have sample content in place. The blocks don't look like this when they render the actual content. And you can see, even when you preview, you can actually specify, and in some cases you must specify, which client will be you're simulating the preview for, because then we filter and show you the actual results, meaning the actual invoices, the actual tasks, the actual download files for that particular client. So it's impossible to preview a dashboard in a way that is universal to every client, so that's why you have this picker here. And in addition, even here, the download files, these files don't exist inside this block. They're just placeholders to show what they might look like depending on which target is looking at this dashboard from the front end. Okay, I think that's pretty clear, but I just want to make sure you know. And also, this dashboard is not a default dashboard. It's not a dashboard that comes preloaded. It's a custom built dashboard, but you can find it in the template library. This dashboard is available for you to download directly to your account, and then you can just customize the colors. Even if you want to customize the colors of these button blocks, it makes it very easy for you to adapt this dashboard to your color scheme, even change the labels or change the button block configuration, etc. This one is set up for this particular account and for assets within this account. So when you load it into your account, of course it won't have this appointment type because your account doesn't contain this appointment type. You'll have to come in and set the appointment types that you want to use, or you can just change it away from the appointments to some other configuration. But it's a starting point and it can shortcut you pretty dramatically. Okay, so now let's answer another question, which I think some of you are probably thinking about, and that is, what are these other options? Global file cabinet, what does that mean? Well, we have a user-specific dynamic path, and we just explained and showed how the target file cabinet works, and this is a file cabinet that's specific to a target. The global file cabinet use case is more like if you have a dashboard or portal page that is assigned to someone who purchased a product, say for example, and that product has a set of PDFs that needs to go along with it or be presented to all the people who purchased that product. In this case, everyone that accesses this dashboard does need to get the same exact set of PDFs. And so in that case, you would use something like a global file cabinet and connect the download block to that global file cabinet. Now you can use an existing one if you already have one created, which we don't in this account. So I'm going to create a new global file cabinet, and I'll call this Digital Signage Model Ultra HD. Let's say your company sells those big digital signs that businesses are putting out in front of their businesses now, and it requires a lot of instruction and manuals and PDFs, and you want to build a dashboard for everyone who purchases that so you can deliver all these things very easily and message to them easily, etc., etc. Or you could use this to deliver lead gens or however you want to do it. You create a file download block. You're going to say create new global file cabinet. Let's do that. And then we'll say Ultra model. We'll just do that to make sure that the folder is created properly inside the file cabinet. And then we'll click add files. And now we're just going to add files, and we'll use this same exact uploader. These are going to be your PDFs, your lead gens, or whatever. They're going to be uploaded here. And this saves you the step of actually creating and connecting the global file cabinet. So it's already done here, and you click save. And now I'm going to click save here. And now I'm back on the client side. This is the target. And you can see that now they have a folder. They can go inside that folder and see the files. And everyone that arrives at this dashboard now, all the people who are assigned to this dashboard, will have the same exact files in this case. And to illustrate even further, let's look down here in Global File Cabinets. We're going to open that. Here's our digital signage model. We created that. Inside of it, we are looking for what? Anyone? Bueller? Yes, outbound. And now we have Ultra, and we have the files inside. Now look what happens if we want to say, oh, well now, you know what? Let's create a Super Ultra. And why not Platinum Ultra? Doesn't matter, right? Okay, so now we've created some more folders inside this global file cabinet called Digital Signage Model. And here inside of it, you have more options. And now back on the client side, you can see those options are there. So anything you put inside this folder structure, we don't have anything there now, but you can even see the breadcrumbs work here. They can navigate around. They can just dig through the files using this very intuitive interface. And now you've delivered the same set of files, the same folder structure to all the people who have access to this dashboard. And now back on the admin side, just to illustrate, the same options exist for file upload block. And it's very, very similar as you would think. You can specify which global file cabinet the files will be uploaded into. You can specify the folders. And in fact, if you specify a path, and we'll just call it alpha/bravo, and these folders don't exist, we will automatically create them for you just to make sure everything is connected properly. Okay, one last point to make, and that is about folder generators, which we briefly touched on earlier. So you'll see if I want to make a folder generator, and I want to set it for, say, a company, and I'll say tax returns folder generator. And when I click create, I can go inside that folder generator and start building it. These folders look quite familiar, yes, because these are the folders that are inside each company's individual folder. And here's the target file cabinet. And if I go to say outbound, if you'll remember before, if I set, say, 2024 and 2023 and 2022, etc., and then I apply this folder generator to every company that is entering my workflow by an automation, these folders will be generated in their target file cabinet. And I'm also by automation going to assign them to a dashboard that is already saved and configured. And the download block used on that dashboard is already configured via the user-specific dynamic path to look in the target file cabinet. And maybe like the previous example, I have 3 download blocks. One will look in 2022, one will look in 2023, and one will look in 2024. And now I can custom build my dashboard to show only the files that I want to show in one particular place and only the files I want to show in another particular place. And all of this can be activated for your current customers, of course, but also for your future customers that you have no idea who they are yet. So when a future customer enters a workflow, you have the automation set up to apply the folder generator, which makes these folders, to assign a dashboard, which is already configured to connect to these folders. And then all you have to do when you have the final deliverable files for the project or whatever you're working on for them is have your staff simply go to the folder that they are trained by your systems and processes to go to and upload that final deliverable file or files. And at that moment, that's the delivery. And then likely you're going to have them trigger an auto template that would send an email to the target, possibly change their circle. The possibilities are endless, but I think it's very clear how these blocks make it so that you can pre-create an entire automated structure that will work for you today, tomorrow, and well into the future in the same exact way. And this allows you to build systems and processes, define them, codify them, train your staff on them, and they will continue to work day after day after day in an efficient way that saves you time, which also saves you money, which then makes you more profitable, which then makes your business more successful, and life is good. Okay, so that will conclude this episode. I really enjoyed presenting that to you because you cannot imagine the amount of planning and design and architecture that goes into brainstorming and building mechanisms like this. But just like anything, the hard work is worth it when it turns out in a way that you can see has beauty and efficiency and utility that can really make a difference in the lives of everyday businesses, business owners, and your staff and your clients. So thanks for joining us for this episode of the Succeed with Software podcast. Again, my name is Mike, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.